Welcome to this episode of the Harpreet Singh Show. In today's segment, we'll talk to the Chief Librarian of Surrey Libraries, Melanie Houlden. She's going to let us know about this library system, how it works, and how you can take benefit of that. Let's welcome Melanie Houlden. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for inviting me.
Most welcome. So we would like today, if you take us into this journey of the libraries, because as a normal user, we just find going to the library and getting a book, whichever we want, and even if you want to, it's not over there, you can order and you get it. Now, basically, in this changing world whereby we are finding that everything is on the web now, and majority of the people don't have much time to go in for the books. But how important are the libraries, and still, are the people using these quite a lot, or the numbers are decreasing year by year?
Actually, I think people would be surprised to hear that our numbers are going up, and I think that it's because people have discovered the world of technology for sure. And libraries are also about technology now, not just about books. But even our book numbers are going up. So last year, about 2.5 million books went out to all of our Surrey readers and beyond. A lot of them children, I have to point out. And those numbers have pretty much stayed the same over the last few years. However, what's really increasing is the number of people coming to the library to use our computers and our Wi-Fi and come to programs and so on, and also to access our online resources. So we have a lot of information on the web. So those numbers are again going through the roof, number of people that look at our website.
So Melanie, how many libraries are there under the Surrey Libraries, and what kind of facilities are available over there?
Well, we have 9 libraries in Surrey, with, of course, our brand new City Centre Library being one of the focal points for everybody, our beautiful new facility that I hope everybody's seen. It's just absolutely glorious. But we operate 9 locations in every neighborhood in Surrey, right from the little Port Kells Library, which is only about 600 square feet, which is mostly a lending library, has some programs, to some of our intermediate neighborhood kind of libraries where we offer books, access to technology, computers, programs for kids, programs for adults, and to our city center library where we're able to offer a lot more services in the way of meeting room facilities. A lot of programming is now happening out of our city center library, and it certainly is of interest. We're getting a lot of dignitaries come through to see the new library. It's considered to be the library of the future because it really blends the old library world, which is about books, with technology and people spaces. So we have 3 meeting spaces there. We have these big atriums. We have lots of celebrations and performances happening there. So it's just quite a different
So it's not just lending the books and getting books, it's a little bit more to that.
Yeah, we actually see the library as a place for people to come together and have conversations, to meet each other, to drink coffee, to come to events. One thing that's happening this summer that's happening at all of our locations that I have to tell you about is our Summer Reading Club, which is a program for kids. And the intent of a summer reading club is to make sure that kids keep reading over the summer, because what happens if you don't read, like you take a break and you go back to school, you've forgotten so much that you have to go back a few steps to start all over again. So we get about 14,000 kids signed up for our summer reading club, and so they get little brochures and pamphlets and posters and programs. We have magicians coming. So it's a really fun way to spend some of your summer months coming to the library and of course reading great books too.
You talked there are many other programs also which are being run by the library. So if you could mention those, and also apart from that, what about the e-books? Because now, as we talked initially also, that the world is changing, and are the libraries also keeping up to that mark?
Yeah, see, there's 2 things to tell you about. I'm going to start with the e-books because I think people will be curious about that. Yes, it's true, we do offer e-books, and we've been offering them for 5 or 6 years now, actually. And you just go to our website and you click on the button that says reading, and the ebooks will pop up there, and then you just download them to your device for free, just like the regular library books. And we're also now lending out the e-readers. So some people are kind of curious about the technology, so they don't know what an e-reader is. So you can come to the library, borrow one of our e-readers, and find out what the technology is all about. It certainly is the way of the future. There's no doubt in my mind that there will be a lot more people interested in e-reading. on the other hand, we still have a dedicated bunch of people that we're not going to be able to shift from print anytime soon.
Right.
Even people that are big readers read everything. So they'll read print, they'll read from their computers, they'll read cereal boxes. People are just big readers. They love to read.
Right.
So it is definitely an important part of our service, and probably going to become a much bigger part of our service, I think, in the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
But, and this relates to programming, I don't think that means that the library is going to disappear by any means, because we offer so much more than just access to books and information and technology. So for instance, we offer technology classes for people. You can come and learn how to surf the web, how to get an email address, how to use Word, how to use Excel. We offer them in English and also in a variety of languages. So we have classes in Punjabi and Mandarin and Vietnamese and Spanish on how to use the technology. So that's really important. We also offer programs particularly of interest to newcomers, ESL language conversation circles we're offering, settlement workers in libraries, settlement service conversations, how to become a culturally aware workplace. So we're offering all kinds of different programs that people know nothing about.
Right.
And which is why I'm so glad you invited me to be part of the TV, because I think the more that people know about the library, the more that they'll come.
Right. So that's a great thing what you're saying, that it's not just lending the books, it's a little bit more, or rather a lot more than what we perceive the library to be.
Yes.
And now if you can just roughly tell us that how many books do you carry in all the libraries, and what is your yearly budget?
Okay, that's a hard question for me because I'm not really a good numbers person, but I know at the City Centre Library, for instance, we have about 150,000 titles just in that one area alone, that one book. And I also know that last year people borrowed 4 million books, so we do have a lot of books. And also another thing that people may not realize is that if you have a Surrey Library card, you can also borrow books from places like Vancouver or Richmond, anywhere, in fact, in British Columbia. Borrow a book, say in Penticton, because you're on holiday there.
Right.
Bring it home with you to Surrey, and then drop it off at the Surrey Library.
Okay.
And it'll be delivered back to the Penticton Library. So that program is called the BC One Card Service. So a lot of people take advantage of that.
What about those people who cannot come to the library, like for example elders who are on a wheelchair or just cannot move out? So is there any program whereby the books can be delivered to them?
Absolutely, and I'm glad you asked about that. We have a service that again has been functioning for a number of years called Readability Services, and it really is focused on seniors and people with visual impairments, so people that are actually blind. So it's a different kind of resource in that, yes, we have regular books and large print books, and also books that are on audio tape, so that people can listen to the books rather than just reading. So that's really important for somebody that doesn't see well, or somebody who's a senior and can't hold the weight of a book anymore. So they can listen to material through our audio tape collection. And we do have about 100 volunteers that will take materials to people's doors if they're unable to come to the library as well.
So Melanie, like you talked about that there are classes in Punjabi and other languages also, and because Surrey is a major, cultural mosaic, I would say, where nationalities of all kinds can be found over here. So what about the books? Like for example, if somebody wants a book in his or her language, so are those also provided, and what is the criteria for that?
Yes, we're offering collections in 16 different languages, and our major languages are Punjabi, Hindi, Chinese, Spanish, and emerging languages, Tagalog, so the Filipino community, Spanish, Urdu, a little bit of German, but anyway, 16 different languages. And the way we figure out how much material to get in each of those languages is primarily through the Statistics Canada that tell us how many people of various language groups live in Surrey. So that's one of our guidelines, but we also just listen to the people that come in the door. So if they're saying, you don't have enough books in a particular language, then we tend to listen to people and sort of scout around.
Great. I'd like to know a little bit more about this, but let's go for a small break first, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Lene ji, एक छोटी जी break. Melanie Houlden, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਚੀਫ ਲਾਇਬ੍ਰੇਰੀਅਨ ਹਨ ਸਰੀ ਪਬਲਿਕ ਲਾਇਬ੍ਰੇਰੀ ਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਇਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦੇ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਦ ਲਾਇਬ੍ਰੇਰੀਜ਼। ਇਸ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੋਰ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣੇ ਆ।